Dick Durbin, Charles Schumer, Karl Rove,
David Axelrod, Geoff Garin,
Bob Casey, Ed Rendell,
Bill Bradley, John Corzine, Carly Fiorina, Michael Nutter, Chaka Fattah,
John McCain.
I guess my critics, and frankly, from the tenor of your questions, think we're going to do business as usual in Washington. We're not.
Senator,
I'm their worst nightmares. I'm their worst nightmare, my friend. Times are very, very tough, and the worst thing you can do is raise taxes. Both Senator Clinton and Senator Obama want to raise taxes. That's out of touch. That's out of touch. How can you countenance someone who was engaged in bombings which could have or did kill innocent people?
Senator Obama says he was 8 years old when that was happening.
But he became friends with him and spent time with him.
So you should have done a better job of vetting Pastor Hagee.
Oh, sure.
So was it a mistake to solicit and accept his endorsement?
Oh, probably. Sure.
The Democrats have been all discussing up on Capitol Hill the need for an economic stimulus package right now. I would say a summer gas tax holiday is a pretty good stimulus right when and where Americans need it most.
This race is far more competitive at this point than I suspect either the Democrats are comfortable with or that McCain would expect it to be. He should be way behind at this point.
Your predecessor, Mark Penn, is not here tonight because he angled on down to the Colombian embassy at a time that Senator Clinton said she was opposed to that treaty to plot strategy with him about how to pass that treaty, her chief strategist. Doesn't that cause some concern?
Well, A, as you note, he's not here today. And second, is the co-chair of your campaign writes editorials in favor of the Colombia Free Trade Agreement.
Is she saying that the United States would rush to the defense of Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan? Which countries is she talking about?
Tim, I want to be totally honest here. I am helping Senator Clinton with her message. I am not her policy advisor.
When did MoveOn.org or liberal activists intimidate Clinton voters?
Tim, I'm here for 2 weeks now. So this comment was made in, I believe, at the beginning of March.
Listen to one of her speeches in Pennsylvania. That's what 95% of it is about.
Well,
but of course, the media chooses.
I want to move on, Senator, but that clip was taken from a speech this week in Pennsylvania. But let me move on since you want to talk about this point. Senator,
the media focuses.
Since you want to talk about other issues.
On the 5%.
Both candidates pledged this week. Senator,
the reality is you need a strong argument that she has the support of broad participation. Without the popular vote, that doesn't happen. That means she needs a strong victory, a substantial victory in Pennsylvania.
When you're outspent like that, a win by the middle digits, 4, 5, 6, 7, is a very significant win.
At this point, Senator Clinton needs more than 60% of the vote in Pennsylvania.
Every superdelegate looks at this and knows what the game is that's going on. And every superdelegate has to decide, am I going to seek change in America? Am I going to seek the change in Washington so we can realize our dreams?
will this be over, and will Democrats know who their candidate is by the convention?
Yes, I think we will, and I think we must do that. I think we've got to come together a lot longer, I should say a lot earlier than the convention week.
Look, I know that there are people who say, well, let's forget about the vote to go to war. I voted against that going to war. So did the other Congress people from our city. Most of the Democrats in the House voted against this, and Senator Clinton voted for it.
Senator Biden, Senator Kerry, a whole lot of Democratic senators voted for that same resolution, and they were in the Senate.
That's Governor Rendell and Mayor Nutter, who both commented after the debate that the first 45 minutes was a waste of time, that it should have been focused on these gaffes.
In the debate, there was plenty of that, I think, from Senator Clinton herself.
And I said, Bob, I said after the debate.
Voters see through that.
I said after the debate that I thought the first 45 minutes was a disgrace.
Well, I think the whole state, as you know, is a swing state, and I think the dynamics in the fall will be quite a bit different from the dynamics there are now.
Why shouldn't every American be able to get the kind of health care that members of Congress get or members of the military get?
It's a cheap shot, but I did have a period of time where I didn't have very good government health care. I had it from another government.
Talk too much.